Hi lads and lassies, welcome back to the workshop here at Outlaw Guitars with me, Rab, and welcome to the Great Guitar Build Off 2022. Fretboard all cleaned off, taped back up. All we need to do now, 2000, 2500, might take it up a bit more, but there's no need, because once you put the polishing compound on and buff it all up, you don't need it any higher than that because you wouldn't see it. I could take it up to 5000, 6000, put some buffing compound, polish it up. You wouldn't notice the difference between 2500 and 6 grand. So 2500 it is. Then I'll take it all off because I don't want this on too long. Don't want it getting sticky and having to clean it all back up again. And then, well, I'll need to take a bit of residue off, but I'll need to clean it properly. That's it, it's ready for polish. That'll happen after finishing all that goes on. Then we can go into this body sanding. Again, I'm not going to do that on camera, you've seen it all before a million times. Got to dampen it, raise the grain, sand it for the final time because it's already had like a couple of raises. That'll be us ready for finish. So we're close, we're getting close. Everything we do now is just that wee bit closer. Well, everything you do is a wee bit closer to the finish, but you can see we've got a full guitar, we're nearly finished. I'm going to go on with this, enough fucking yarn. I'll catch you in a bit. There we have it, the finished article, apart from polishing. Now, as I say, more work off camera, damping it down, raising the grain one more time, final sanding in the neck heel, the neck. I don't need to do any more final sanding on the headstock plate because I've done that. So with just the body, finishing the neck, well, just finish sanding the neck heel transition, the neck, raise the grain and that again, and then that's it. What I'll need to do is I'll need to make a plate up. I don't think you want to see me making more tartan, it's just a plate. Same principles, same way of making it. I'll probably put a veneer on the bottom to get help a wee bit of rigidity. But other than that, that's the final shape. That's how it's going to look. I'll get on with that off camera. There's no point in you seeing all that crap again. Like, share, subscribe. Don't know where we are in the edit, but like, share and subscribe. Usual shite. And I'll go on with this, guys. And then when I'm ready for finish, I'll get back to you, okay? So, we have the guitar all sanded up to 600, well, except the fretboard, that's a lot higher. And it's looking rather fucking lovely. All the dust has been hoovered off the mats, and now it's time to rub it down with a tack cloth, get all the dust off it and get it ready for finish. Now let's get this wiped in, get all the dust off it, get it ready to get finish put on it once we clean it up. We'll leave it for a while just to let this stuff dry off a bit. Right, that's it. Ready to get some finish put on it. What I will do is I'll give it one coat, and while that's drying I'll go and make up some more tartan. Give it another coat, keep making the tartan, then once the back plate's made, just a matter of putting the hardware on, while not, finito. So let that dry off a bit just now, and I'll catch you in a bit. It's way too early to put a coat on that. So what I'll do is, before I go the day, I'll put a coat on. Now, I can't use that, which would be handy because that means it would be nearly made up. But if I want to try, see the guitar's right here. See, that doesn't match because that's half mahogany, no walnut. And I mean, it would do but it wouldn't look as if it's part of that, because it would stand it. So I'm going, like everything else, I'm going to have to do it the hard way, you know. So this will need cut like the mahogany down the bottom and up the top. I'll need to do it that way, and then the mahogany up there. Join it, cut it, start adding like the oak and the veneer in the middle. So that's got to be the long way round about, as per usual. But I've got time yet. I'll put a coat finish on this before I go tonight, let it hang overnight, dry and cure, and I'll go on to making some tartan now. You've seen it done before, no great surprises what's involved. So I'll see you later, guys, when I go and put a coat on this. Oh, that's just typical of my lot. I was thinking, I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet, I'm not, because I quite like it the way it looks, but a truss rod access cover, so I was thinking about maybe using that, you know, putting a veneer on, gluing these two bits together, perfect. But it's walnut, it's really access cover is, and if you want to kind of try and disguise it, you'd be better using the same type of wood and then putting like a veneer down. So that's that fucking idea hot in the head. Anyway, I've got these bits thinned down enough now. I don't want to thin them down any further just now until I get them jointed, glued up, put the veneers in. I'm also, as I say, got to put veneer on the back just to help for stability wise, you know. Then once I've done that, then I'll thin it down to the right size. That's me get the first bit of the blocks made up to make the next bit of the tartan. I'll go on, get these sides jointed, and then I'll get them glued up. I'm going to make this one slightly different. Usually I use wood glue, bind it all together, let it set. Because I'm putting a veneer at the bottom at this time, I'm just going to put super glue on the edges here. I'm just going to put super glue on it, wait till it set, a few seconds, add the next one, then the next one, and I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'll probably do the same when it comes to the veneers, because we only want the pattern. The veneer at the bottom will help get a bit of rigidity, but this is only a cavity cover. It doesn't need to be wood gluing or nothing like that. And it's got to be strong enough for what we want it for. This is just a cover. I'm going to use super glue this time instead of wood glue. Hope that makes sense. Hope it's good enough. So bastard, when you get into this, you can't see if it's been on properly. The only thing is, you need to get it right, more or less straight away. There we go. First part done. Rinse and repeat. Oh, it's the glue. I thought there was a big space here. Shit. I was going to say, well, that wasn't there before. But it's just the glue. See what I mean? I thought that was a big space here. It looked like it, didn't it? But it's not. That's the first part made up. Now, all I need to do is start cutting the centres out and putting veneers in. And as I said, I think I'm going to do that just with super glue. But when I go to connect this to the veneer at the bottom, then I'll use wood glue. There we go, first part made up. I'll get the belt sander out and sand it down a bit. This bit, I never pressed down properly, bastard. Oh no. But it's okay, because we lose half this anyway. On this side here there will be a bit of oak and a bit of veneer, and that will be the edge of that bit. There's a wee step there. We lose half that anyway, and we've only got to about there, so we lose more or less all that. We lose half that. We only get to about a quarter of this piece, and then it goes back down again. So we have a bit going across there, half of this missing, some of this missing, and then it goes back up like that. So we don't need all this anyway, but it's easier to make up the tartan when it's kind of shaped like that. And then we'll put it through the router, trim it all up. It only needs to be, with the veneer, this only needs to be 5.5mm, and it's about 6.5 just now. So it needs to come down at least a mil. It doesn't really matter too much about these bump marks at the back, because that is going to be, that's got to be the back, and there's got to be a veneer on that, and the veneer has got to get painted anyway with shielding paint. Looking through my wee pile of offcuts, and I came across all these oak strips. Are they going to be long enough? No! Well, actually they are, because as I said, that bit gets cut away. So these are actually going to be long enough. They're certainly going to be long enough. That way, and then we're going. They are going to be long enough. Yes! We've got enough. Well, that saves me making up some more of them, doesn't it? All we need to do now, cut up, mark and cut up the middles, glue them on with the veneers, and then do the same that way with the veneers. I'll need to double check. Do I do it that way first and then that way? I took the guitar in the house to keep it dust free, so I could use the sanders and shit. So I'll need to go in and make sure that the veneers are going the right way, because you want to try and make it match in as much as possible. It's not got to be exact, but it's got to be pretty close. So I don't want, like, the white veneers that are supposed to be going that way, all of a sudden going that way, and you've got a crossover the wrong bit. You know what I mean? I'll just go and check that just now. Then we'll get it marked up, get it cut, glued up. Right, I checked. So we've got to go up that way first. Then we'll do our long ones that way. But we've got to do these ones first. So we'll get that marked up, get it over to the saw, get it cut. Like I say, I'm just got to super glue it, so I can put in, like, say, one at a time. Just clamp it down with my fingers and then do the next one, do the next one. I think that's got to be the fastest way to do it. This is for folk that's newly subscribed and hasn't seen the full build. Basically, you stick the veneers on the side of the oak like that, glue them together, and that way you've got your blue. And you do the same with the white. Then you do the lengthwise ones. That way they're the full strip and this is the inside strip. That's how you do that. To all you folk that haven't watched the full build yet, this is how you make your tartan. Now you know. So I'll go on and do that, and then I'll let you see the final result. For you that haven't seen the video, go back and watch it. It's interesting.